Hello, welcome to Scott Bryant on YouTube, Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram and Twitter. Right, you may not like this video, but this video is all about online fitness marketing and fitness marketing strategies in general. Now, I've got 20 years of experience as a PT and I found lots of things that have worked and lots of things that haven't worked. And I'm going to go through a big list. You may not like this video, you may really hate it because I'm going to tell you the bare truth of what I found in the industry. And if you look at my other videos, you'll see that I'm talking about different subjects that I found have either really wound me up or found that the things that I've been sold or told haven't worked. Okay, so the first thing in your fitness marketing strategy is that you must be online. Okay, you don't really need to go to one of these fitness marketing strategy seminars simply because they're going to charge you a huge amount of money for 2 days or 3 days. Then they'll give you a wanky manual that won't really work. And then when it doesn't work, you'll be calling them going, oh, it's not working and I've tried this and I've tried that. And they'll go, oh, it's your fault and you need to pay us for more coaching hours of £150 an hour or something like that, or £50 an hour. So that's the way that they build their business, but it won't really work for yours. So they're making lots of money, which is great, but you won't be making the money because it's designed for you to fail. It's not designed for you to win, it's designed for you to fail. So I found out in my 20 years of experience of doing my own thing, what works and what doesn't work. So the first thing I'm going to talk about is YouTube. Now, YouTube works 1000%, and YouTube is free. Okay, you're going to get people trolling your videos and people saying it's crap and all that, but don't worry about them because they're just them, you know. That's what trolls are, really. They're just them. So don't worry about them at all. But doing online videos is really important. I've done 1,049 videos today, or over like the course of 7 or 8 years, and these videos have always brought in an inquiry or a new click to the website, or an inquiry and a sign up. I've had £5,000 from my YouTube channel from one lead. Okay, so it can be really brilliant, YouTube, but it's quite technical to learn. And you have to be good at talking in front of the camera. Like, look at me, I'm doing that. I don't care. You know what I mean? I don't care what you think because you're watching my video and I'm getting a click and I'm getting a ranking because of that, if that makes sense. Okay? So YouTube is definitely really, really important. Now, Instagram is linked to Facebook, and with Instagram, really for that to work, you've got to pay for advertising, which I've never done, but I've got 1,035 followers. Do I really need any more than that? No, not really. I've had one client, he come through from Instagram, see one of my posts, went to my website, sent me an email. So it does work to a percentage, but it depends on how much you want to spend on advertising. And I want free advertising, and I'm sure you want free advertising as well. So Instagram, a must, got to be doing it at least once a day or every couple of days, staying relevant and all that with your Instagram posts, and lots of keywords, hashtags, at least 13 they're saying, or around about that number. You know, different posts are more successful than others, and this is the same with YouTube. You may put loads of energy into a YouTube video and you may think it's really brilliant, but then nobody looks at it, nobody clicks on it, and you're like, oh, it ain't worked. So you just try another strategy of videos. So you've got to be patient, and you've got to do it consistently and regularly, because if you don't do it consistently and regularly in YouTube, they fuck you off. They get rid of you. So they don't want people that are only doing it once every 6 months. You've got to do it every Friday or every Monday. You've got to do it on a regular basis. And I see lots of PTs YouTube channels, and this is what they're not doing, and they're frightened of saying what they really feel. And I just say what I really feel. You either like it or you don't. I don't care. Whatever you think, it's up to you. Okay, so the next one is Google, right? So you've got Google and you've got YouTube, and Google is the biggest search engine in the world, and then you've got Pinterest is another search engine. We'll talk about that in a minute. But with Google, I've got 100 pages on my website. 54 of them are page one in Google. Now that's taken a lot of time to learn and lots of strategies you need to use in which to get really high ranking. One is having a website that's years old, or not years old, but you've been on the internet for a long time. So I've been on the internet for 20 years. You can go to my Google Plus profile, you look down the bottom and you'll see it's been there for 20 years. So that is really important. Really good content in your pages of your website is really important to get you really high ranking. If the information is pants or Google doesn't like it, you won't go to page one, you won't get any clicks, and you won't get clients from it. Okay, so with Google advertising, I've tried that 3 or 4 times, probably wasted £2,000. It's never really worked. And I spoke to another trainer 2 weeks ago in the gym, and he said it worked for him, and I was really excited about that it worked for him. And if anything that you've tried has worked, please post and tell me what's worked below. So with Google AdWords, what many people don't know is that, say you see my ad and you think I'm a twat or I'm one of them, and you go, right, I'm going to click on that 10 times. Well, do that, because when you click on me 10 times, I go to the top instead of being at the bottom of the ad, so people see my ads first. And obviously you think, oh, you've cost me 50 quid because you clicked 20 times. What actually happens is that when you click too many times, I get a reduction in the click. Does that make sense? So with Google AdWords, they've got the quicker AdWords where you can just put in a couple of keywords, but they keep changing it. So when I done it, it kept coming up female. Do I look like a female? Maybe I do, I don't know. But with the female thing, it kept flashing up, so I had to delete it. Then I went to do it independently of myself, not a female, but do the Google AdWords. And it was really hard to do, and you had to keep looking at it all the time because they keep flashing up keywords that you don't want flashed up, that the computer system wants to eat your money as quick as it possibly can. The next thing, Facebook. Sorry, I'm just having a green tea with agave in it. Oh, love it. So with Facebook, they've changed their algorithms. So when you post something, 10 people might only see it, or 2 people might only see it. So they want you to boost the post and pay for the post. It's another big rip-off. Again, you're not going to may get 1 lead from it. It's never worked for me. I've never had any leads come from Facebook. I've set it all up because I know people do look on Facebook. But Facebook is a no-no unless you've got a big budget and you're willing to spend a lot of time and a lot of money. Or you can get these the fitness agency guys. They can set it up for you, but they're going to charge you £900 before you're charged for the ads. £900. It's a bit of a, do you want to spend £900 when you could spend that on something else? Buy how many books could you buy for £900? £10 a book. What's that? 90 books or whatever. Have I got my maths wrong? So you could buy X amount of books and study and learn how to do it yourself. That's what I suggest you do, is give it a trial and try these things out yourself. And YouTube is absolutely brilliant because there's lots of videos telling you how to do these things. Okay, so Facebook doesn't really work for me. It does get me clicks to my videos. So when I upload a video, people normally watch it, click on it, and that gets registered with YouTube. Okay. The next biggest one, the biggest marketing tool that you can have is writing your own book. So there's my own book, Holistic Health for Proper Geezers, Classy Ladies, Get the Body and Fitness You Want Now. And my book is all about the things that you shouldn't be doing, or the things that they've introduced that don't really work. It's about holistic healing and lots of other stuff, but I won't talk about that now. But writing a book, if you write a book and you get it published, and you've got a good publishing company like I have, they will put it on hundreds of websites for you. So that means is if it's in hundreds of websites, it's all over the world, for one, and 2, your face or your Google ranking goes up because you're an official author. And this is really important. When you become an author, it really makes a difference to your business and your marketing. You know, I've given the book away free to many people, and you know, I've had free sign-ups from it, so it was worth doing. And obviously that's my little bit of my legacy. And if you go to certain business people and you say you're just a trainer or a chat practitioner, but if you say you're an author, you're an author, it's all over the internet. And I've done 1,049 YouTube videos, and I'm a master chat practitioner. So all that works on your marketing, you know. So you could say you're a master trainer. You could say you've been in a couple of magazines and you're working on your book, and you could say you've got a good YouTube channel or something like that in which to market yourself. Okay, the next thing is Twitter. Twitter works to a certain degree. Again, I've had no inquiries from it, but I've got 1,000 followers on there, or 3,000 followers, and I tweet on a regular basis just to keep the algorithms. So if you don't do tweeting and Facebooking and YouTubing and all that, you start to drop down in the rankings, so people can't find you, and people don't know whether you're still relevant or still running your business. The next one is LinkedIn. So LinkedIn really for personal trainers should be number one, because that's where all the business people are. This is where all the money people are. This is where all the entrepreneurs are. So if you want to work with elite professionals, then maybe you should pay £40 a month to do LinkedIn. Now, I post regular on LinkedIn. Some people reply, some people don't. I've got about 3,000 people on there following me, and I've not really pushed that yet in which to see if it works to make revenue. But I spoke to another entrepreneur that was going to help me market my business, and he said it's been really, really good for him. So really find individually what works for you. So YouTube works for me. Google, being number one in Google, helps me. If you put in personal fitness trainer London, page 1, number 1. If you put in personal trainer London, on page 2, number 1. Okay, but you got to remember that in the Google algorithms, it changes from week to week. So one week you'll be page 1, next week you'll be page 3. Okay, but as long as you're relevant with your content, Google will always keep pushing you page 1. So you might have more phone calls at the beginning of the month than what you do at the end of the month, simply because of the algorithms of Google, or all these online platforms are doing the same thing. Okay, the next thing you can use for marketing is working in a big gym. I know I've done a video about gyms and how much they charge. It's going to cost you 12 grand a year to be in a gym. But obviously if you're in a gym and you're in good shape and you've got good knowledge and you're friendly to everyone, you should get some sign-ups. But because you're committed to that 12 grand a year, you've got to make sure that you're earning X amount of money every month to pay that rent and pay all your other bills. So make sure in your marketing plan that you do not take on 10 sessions, 5 sessions, 1 session. Make sure they block booking sessions of 20, 32, 50 or 100. So then that way you know you've got that revenue to pay that rent, so you can still keep pushing yourself and marketing yourself to the clients in which to get new clients and grow your business. Okay, the next one is walking your talk. So if you're a fat fuck and not a strong fat fuck, or you're just not in the best shape of your life, then maybe you should rethink about working in a gym. Now, saying that, I knew a couple of guys, like I've been not in perfect shape at some time because I was bulking up and doing really extreme lifting. And then I'll slim down and look really cut and really ripped. As you can see my cheekbones, and I'm looking leaner than what I did at the beginning of the year. So the leaner you are and how you present yourself in the gym means how you're going to get clients or not get clients, okay? But some clients don't care about that. All they care about, I need somebody I click with to train me, to get me fit, healthy and strong. So that's all about walking your talk, okay? Next one is try and get TV work. So if you can get TV work where they mention your name, this could be the best marketing ever. So I hope to do this next year, get on the TV for some program. Hopefully they'll have 1 million people watching on the time that I'm on there, and that will change your business forever. So that's really important, as well as writing a book, because most TV companies will not allow you on the TV till you've become an author. Okay, the next thing you can do is PR So PR companies are very expensive, £1,000 to £500 a month, and you've got to sign up with them for a long package, and they will put your name out there of your website and you, but it's hit and miss. So I was in OK magazine, didn't get nothing from that. I had done a big thing at the Lord Taverner's Ball, didn't get nothing from that. And then I did an article about Madonna and when she was exercising when she was in the 50s. The Guardian got in touch with me and they wanted to ask me a load of questions. And then the person that reported it put it all over the internet and stuff. And then I did a bit of radio work, and that didn't bring anything in because that was Southampton radio and not Radio London. So the PR woman got it totally wrong, in my opinion. Otherwise, it would have been really great and it would have turned the business around. So really, there's 10 different things that you can do to marketing your fitness business. You don't need to go on these big fitness marketing courses because they're just about zapping your money, and they're going to give you things that may or may not work. Okay, they're all, you know, in America, group fitness. Now, group fitness, yeah, you'll get 10 people, £10 an hour. 20 people, £10 an hour. That's 200 quid for the morning. But if them clients get an injury or get something happen to them, you're responsible for that. So you have to remember that as well, okay? Then they'll go do online PT, charge £65 a month for a client for you to work with clients. I believe that doesn't work, and that's a big lie as well, because you can't palpate the client, you can't see the client doing what they're doing. And some of these trainers are going, they've earned 200k that year from online training. But it's the companies that have made up the training thing that you'll buy for £1,000, and then you'll find it hard to get clients through that. So that's a bit of a pitfall. I've seen lots of group training over the park, which in the summer, yeah, it could be a great idea, but as long as you've done a great assessment of the individual clients, 20, 10, whatever you're working with, in which to make sure that they don't get any pain, any injuries or any problems. Got to really watch that. And then you've got to think about, a lot of the London parks will charge you a fee of £1,000 roughly per year to be able to use their park, which makes me mad because a person can walk their dog around the park and the dog shits on the floor, okay, and they may or may not pick it up. If they're a good person, they'll pick it up. If they don't care, they won't pick it up. So their dog can do that, but they're not charged, but you're charged for getting people healthy and they're just running around the park. Now, I know British Military Fitness churn up the park and, mud flying everywhere because they train, in the cold, in the wet, in the hot. They just beast their clients and, they could really damage the ground, but really they shouldn't be charged neither, in my opinion, but that's only my opinion. Who cares about my opinion? So really, really important that you set yourself up on Google, because if you're not on the internet, how are you going to get work? If you're not doing Facebook, you may not get work. If you're not doing Twitter, LinkedIn, or in a gym, you'll find it really hard to get work. But number one for me, I believe that everybody looks on the internet now and make up their mind on your website and how good it is, whether they're going to sign with you. So I had, in October, I had 10 inquiries about PT, but I'm very expensive. So a lot of the cheap people don't want to work with the expensive person because they don't understand what quality I'm giving them just through calling me, okay? So really, really important that you try Instagram, YouTube, Google, Facebook, write a book, Twitter, LinkedIn, try a gym, walk your talk, and try the TV and get some PR. That's all you need to know, really. You don't need to have a manual with it all in. Look, I've got courses that I paid for, just so you know I'm not talking bollocks. So, look, The Power of Marketing by... what's his name? Chris Cordell. So this is good because it's like 9 CDs, all about him talking about how to market. That cost me 250 quid. Now, I could have spent that on ads, and maybe got a new client. So that's why I'm saying to you, be very careful on these fitness marketing gurus, because what they're doing is they know that a huge percentage of personal trainers and CHEP practitioners, their businesses will close within the first 5 years, simply because they don't know marketing, they're not marketing themselves, they're not pushing themselves, they're lazy, and they're not doing what needs to be done. So they do what needs to be done. You see that they're written a book and that they've got a big following on Facebook. So you'll go to their seminar, pay £250, but they're still guessing as well. Does that make sense? So they're going to tell you how they're guessing. So when I went to see Chris Cordell, he had a massive manual on Facebook, and Facebook keeps changing, Google keeps changing, they all keep changing. And then these guys, these marketing guys, will set up a huge manual. This is the Bible, this will help you, £2,000, £3,000. But it doesn't have the secret in there. The secret is you got to do what they're doing. Does that make sense? So Chris Cordell's got a YouTube channel. Chris Cordell's probably got a big following on his email list, okay? As well as he's got, when you go onto his website, he says download 77 ways to market yourself. 77 ways. So you think, brilliant, you download it, or he sends you the DVD, I've got 2 here, and gives you so many things on how to market yourself. But he's really done you because he's got your email address, and he's going to keep pinging out to you, hoping that you'll go and do one of his seminars like I did, in which to learn his system. But obviously, if you've got no experience, then it's a great idea. If the fitness marketing guys, you feel that that's for you, go and do it. But don't get upset when it doesn't work, because they're making the money. Does that make sense? So if it's, say it's £50 and they've got 300 people in the room, think about how much money they're making. They're all getting paid. You're not, because you've given your money away. All this knowledge that I've learned, you can get it all off the internet anyway. But it just takes time to put it into practice. Like YouTube has just changed everything on how to use it. And if you don't get so many followers, subscribers, and comments and stuff like that, they ditch you. They close down your account. Which I think is a great idea, because it's got rid of a lot of the numpties that are just going, oh, I'll upload one video and I'll stay there and then I could say I'm on YouTube. But it doesn't work like that. But the other thing you've got to remember is that YouTube is on every brand new TV. So if you've got a new TV, you look at your remote control, it'll have YouTube on it. So it's another way to get in people's heads and to get them to buy from you. Okay, and it's free. So YouTube is free. Google is free if you get your website up and you've got good pages and good content and the website is quite old. Facebook is free, but you only get 10 or 20 people looking at your posts. The book, sorry, it's gone on to, sorry about that, it just went off because the battery's dying. Writing a book takes time. You're looking at maybe a year. And you're looking at about £1,000 to £1,500 to get your book out there and to get the finished product, okay? With the gyms, you're probably going to pay £1,000 to £500 a month to be there, to be able to market yourself. And then you've got walking your talk, obviously, staying in shape, eating good food, and exercising yourself will cost you money. The next thing, you could do news and TV and papers, but really, I don't know how many people get leads from papers. You know, you read it once, you put it down, you let your dog wee on it or something. So is that really value? And the same with about this time of year, all the magazines will start calling me. Oh, do you want to do an ad in our magazine? 550 quid, 250 quid. I had one person, she started off at £1,000 and I got her down to £100 and I still said no. So, you know, be watchful for that. And the other thing that you might get a business card company phoning you, and they'll go, oh, we want to put you on our doctor's business cards, £250. The doctors don't even look at the cards. They won't even go give Scott a call to get rid of your back pain, because it's a rip-off. The company's making money, so the business cards don't cost the doctors anything. So, you know, there's lots of scams out there which you've got to be careful of. So I hope you've enjoyed my 25-minute video. I hope you watched it all the way through. Please subscribe to the YouTube channel there. Please press the bell icon. Please spread the video. If you know a personal trainer or a business person that's struggling and doesn't know what to do with marketing. Okay, thanks very much. Have a great day. Bye-bye.